What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, listen. As a man, if you go ahead and go out here and you do something and you act like a boy with the way you handle the problem that you created yourself, it never ends well. A lot of the crimes us as men do out here, where we look at other men that did the crime as stupid, is when they usually have some type of childlike behavior or reaction after they commit the crime. Like running away or saying, I don't know why you did it, but you planned on doing it, or saying you didn't do it and lie altogether. This guy right here is one of the worst human beings I've ever seen. Not because of how he looked, because he looked hella dumb right now, but for what he did. Ladies and gentlemen, this man right here is out of Bixby, Oklahoma. Shout out Oklahoma. This guy's name is Elliot Benny. He is not the father of the year, but the moron of the year. This is one of the dumbest men I've ever seen in my life. Why, you may ask? This guy crashed his car, right? His SUV, with his two siblings in the car. His wife crashed the SUV, and then, in him crashing the SUV, his 16-year-old daughter, her name is Shelby Benny, 16-year-old daughter, was thrown from the vehicle out into the snow and lost her life. This guy jumped out the car, y'all, ran from the scene, left his wife and other siblings to deal with the atrocity that he himself created. He wound up finding another vehicle, took off, police caught him in another county or another town. It's like you can't make this stuff up. As men, we're leaders. When stuff goes awry and we put ourselves in positions involving our family members ain't got nothing to do with it and innocent lives are lost, the least we can do is stand there and man up, not be like a little kid and run off. I didn't do it, and then run away. Check out this story, and I'm gonna come back and show you another video about his driving history and why this dude should have never been on the road or behind the wheel or breathing, in my opinion. Anyway, check this.
People in Bixby are saddened by the death of a 16-year-old girl killed in a car crash last week near 171st and Memorial.
Police say Shelby Benny's dad was the driver, and her mom and siblings were also in the SUV. News on 6's Chin Doan is live in Bixby with the latest from investigators. Chin.
Craig and Tatum, Bixby police say Shelby's dad, Elliot Benny, was speeding while passing another car in a no-passing zone. Police also say Elliot Benny left the scene after the crash. Flowers and a balloon left near 171st and Memorial honor the life of 16-year-old Shelby Benny. You can also see a knocked down street sign, broken fence, and debris from the SUV Shelby was thrown out of.
Vehicle was discovered to have passed in a no passing zone and lost control in the rain, and the vehicle flipped and overturned.
Bixby Police Chief Todd Blish says Thursday night around 9:20, Shelby, her parents, and two siblings were on their way home when her dad caused the crash.
He left the scene on foot before officers could arrive and was able to obtain a second vehicle and fled. We were able to track that vehicle electronically and found him in Shakota.
Shelby was a longtime member of Oklahoma Extreme All-Star Cheer and Tumbling in Bixby. The gym says the high school sophomore was a bright light, kind, and hardworking. A close friend says Shelby always encouraged everyone. Chief Blish says this is devastating.
It tears at your soul when a child's killed in a traffic accident, especially accidents or incidents that are preventable. And it's, like I said, it affects that family. It's a burden they're going to bear the rest of their life, not to mention her friends and family. And our officers that responded to the scene, they're affected by this too.
Now, court records show Elliot Binney had several cases dismissed over the last 20 years, including leaving the scene of another accident in 2016. The Tulsa County District Attorney says his office will look into that criminal record as well as this case once the report is done. Live in Bixby, Chindon, Oklahoma Zone, News on 6.
All right, guys, that's the story of Elliot Binney out of Bixby, Oklahoma. In my opinion, he needed to be shown the flowers immediately. Not only was he callous and careless, but he ran off like a coward after taking the life of his own damn daughter. Unacceptable. I'm going to show you real quick this video about his driving past. This guy's been getting in trouble with the law since he had a license, basically. And this guy is in his 40s. The thing that messes me up about this whole situation is I don't know if Bixby, Oklahoma is a small town or not, but I don't know why they was doing so many favors for this guy where the system then messed up and it failed somebody else. And the failure of the system caused the life of this child right here. Take a look at this and then we'll come back and sum this whole thing up.
Elliot Binney has an extensive criminal history involving vehicles. Records show it goes back about as long as he's had a license. 2 News anchor Aaron Christie found the biggest mystery is how many times the state didn't file charges.
If Elliot Binney is charged with leaving the scene, it will make his 4th time to be charged with it, with 0 time served in a rap sheet spanning decades. Binney has had 8 charges declined or dismissed involving vehicles. At 17, he got 2 speeding tickets. 2 years later, he was charged with DUI and leaving the scene of an accident, but those charges were dismissed as part of a plea deal. He was convicted of eluding police, but didn't serve prison time. Binney is currently in jail on complaints of manslaughter and leaving the scene of an accident. After getting a leaving the scene charge dismissed in 2010, the state declined to file charges when arrested for it again in 2016. He also has convictions not involving cars for assault with a dangerous weapon and larceny. How he has managed to skirt serious penalty in the past is unclear, but 2 News will be looking more into this.
Well, see that? How many times this dude was let off or they just dismissed the case? This is what happens when hard lessons are not learned when you're younger in life. This is also, and I don't know this man, don't get me wrong, I don't know this man, but I know this type of person. You know what I mean? I've been around this type of person. Nothing's going to happen. Oblivious to people warning them not to do something. This is also what happened, guys, when you have parents and you get in so much trouble that they get oblivious to even disciplining you because they don't want to deal with it and they tell you to get out their face. As parents, when you're young, when you parents and you have children that need discipline, the worst thing you can do is say, you know what, just get out of my face, because they don't learn anything. And then they do, well, I ain't gonna say they don't learn anything, but what they do learn is after a while, people will get tired of you and just leave you alone to do whatever dumb stuff you want to do. Let me say it like that. This guy right here was speeding in the rain. Crashed the car going around a turn when he ain't supposed to pass. Car goes out of control, crashes, hits a sign, everything else. Daughter gets thrown from the car. He jumps out the car. People are screaming. Wife traumatized, and you ran and left them. They said they can't even tell if he was under the influence or not because he was found 12 hours later, guys. Now, this happened last Thursday, so I guess what? 12 hours, it was at night. Next day, Friday morning, he was found because I have the whole arrest video in the description box so you can see him, the full police body cam footage of him getting arrested. It looked like he was high when they arrested him. So they don't even know if he was under the influence or not. But either way, this should have never had happened. At a younger age, man, I don't know if he had parents with money or it's a small town. He was seen as a good kid. Either way, somehow down the line, the system failed in teaching him a lesson. A slap on the wrist don't hurt no grown man. Guys out here, we know this. This guy need to be held accountable for his actions. And a lot of people out there is hurting. You ran and left your family, bro. That's a coward move. That's a coward move. I mean, this is something like you would only see in the movie. This is like stupid stuff. Your oldest child, you left her out there dead in the road, thrown from the vehicle. You could only imagine how that scene looked and the hysteria that came behind that. You running off, your wife probably screaming for you to help, and you oblivious because all you doing is worrying about saving your own ass. It's a lot of cowardly dudes out here. They got families. I'm gonna tell you something. You don't know who's who until money hits the table. And when I say money, it could be anything, conflict or anything. This dude right here, I wouldn't ride with him nowhere. And I wouldn't ride for him in any type of situation, knowing that he'd leave you high and dry and leave you for the brunt of all the damage, all the foes that y'all was opposing. Sickening. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make Shelby Benny rest in peace and her family be able to get past this. Can you imagine how the in-laws look at him? They probably didn't like him anyway. They really hate him now. I don't know what you saw in this man talking to the daughter. I don't know what you saw in this man, but shouldn't have messed with him. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.